So, just to set the record straight, you understand Filipino. You speak Tagalog.
Yes.
Ah.
Just my slang lang. I think they said it's halata pa rin na foreigner ako kasi pag nagtagalog ako, my slang lang.
And this is because you spent most of your life in Australia, or
Yes
that is
po.
more about
So I was born there. So lumaki po ako there. And then nag-junior high ako actually sa QC. So I attended the same high school that my mother attended in. So it was really cool as well. But it really taught me a lot. And that's where I guess a lot of my love for the Philippines came from. Because I really was immersed talaga. Because it was a public school. So I witnessed firsthand how people like my mother, her upbringing, and the people that I'm surrounded by, they really inspired me to want to do better and to really help out, to be an advocate for community service as well. So then after that, I completed senior high back in Australia so that I could have the bridging to be able to study university there. And then, I just finished university. So then bumalik na ako dito.
what did you take up in as a course in background?
So I just completed a double bachelor's degree. So I have a double bachelor in Bachelor of Business with a major in Human Resources and Bachelor of Psychology.
Oh,
Yeah.
because eventually you plan to be a doctor or put up your own
It
business.
depends. So my heart is for the people talaga. So I really wanted to, work in a field. Maybe I think I'm konting emotional, so I'm too emotional to work in a psychological field. So that's why I do business. But human resources, so I can still help people naman. But it depends. Except, with education, you can always keep going. So if I feel like it may be the future, I might get my MBA or continue with psychology because there's many years that you can study in psychology if you do want to path there. So we'll see.
Wow, diba? Pero you were born here in the Philippines.
I was born in Australia.
You were born in Australia. So hanggang nag-senior high ka. Ito.
So I did primary school there and then I did junior high.
Junior high here. Kinaklara lang po natin. Pero in the family, meron bang beauty queen? Merong influence na maging beauty queen ka? Or was it a childhood dream?
No, I'm the only one in my family who's pursued. I do have a pinsan actually. She is in like the artista industry, but for beauty queens, it's me talaga. So actually, what inspired me to join is that both my grandparents, of course, SM house, so I have my grandparents in the Philippines and my grandparents in Australia. So I was only able to meet them not many times because they passed away sadly before I think I was the age of 4. And my grandfather in the Philippines actually, so he only met me a couple times because I was born in Australia. But when he held me for the first time, sabi ng mama ko, he paraded me around the barangay. So really went outside of the front and was showing everyone who's walking past and saying, this is my granddaughter and she's going to be Miss Philippines.
Oh.
Yeah, so she's going to be Miss Universe actually. And then my grandfather in Australia. So in Australia, pageantry isn't very big either. But yet, the same thing happened. So he saw me and he said, wow, my beautiful granddaughter, she's so beautiful, being half Filipina, she's going to be a beauty queen, she's going to be Miss Universe. So it's like the fact that both of them, from both sides, having never met or having, that time to speak to each other, both of them actually said that they wish for me to be a beauty queen. So when my mom said that, and that's the only memory that I have of them actually, because they passed away when I was super young. So it's like a way to honor them as well, because when they speak about something over your life, or they say that, like, I really wanted to live that for them as well. So of course, that's where it started. It's my whole life. That's all I can remember from them. And then we planted that seed. So then as the years went by, I never lost that dream to become a beauty queen. So here I am now. So I hope to live that out for them.
Is this the first beauty pageant that you joined, or you joined some pageants or competitions back then?
So I joined one recently last year in Australia, but the Philippines, Miss QC was the first one I joined, so it was really so different than down here. The ball game is so different, so it's so exciting to join here. So I'm learning so much because at this time last year, of course, I was a super fan, so I always followed all of the pageants here. But now I'm here. I went from having no experience to Miss Universe Philippines in the span of less than a year, so it's been such a wild ride.
You've been living the dream. So how's your experience so far? Weeks na lang ba before the coronation, right?
A week and a half, I think, oh my goodness, less than 2 weeks now, so excited but so nervous. But so far the journey, I guess, it's been tiring. Like, I can't lie, I've been really enjoying being able to sleep when I can and just relax. But again, you just keep reminding yourself that it's such an amazing experience and opportunity. Miss Universe Philippines is the biggest and most sought after national pageant in the world. So just an honor. It's funny because last year I was watching Miss Philippines with my friend. So we booked out a room at the university and we brought our snacks, and because of the time difference, it was like 3 a.m. So we were watching and she's like, oh Zoe, maybe that's you next year. And I was like, oh my goodness, maybe. I was like, oh my, me? And then here I am. So it's like the whole journey, like you just want to keep looking back and just making sure that you're grateful. And it's been such an experience. Like, everything is a whole new world to me, but I'm enjoying, and it's a story to tell my grandkids, so they can say my grandmother was a Miss Universe Philippines.
Wow! Why not? Syempre naman. I know your family's been very proud of you. Congratulations in advance. Syempre naman, no? So, you mentioned earlier that your family's been most influential when it comes to your beauty pageant journey. Pero overall, or in general, who has been that person whom you consider to be your icon, or the person who's most influential in maybe it be in your career, or in you consider to be most influential in beauty pageants for you?
Well, for me, of course, Miss Catcher in the Grace, of course, the one that everyone would say. But I think I resonate a lot with her. Growing up in Australia as well, really having the heart to represent the Philippines. So I think we go through a lot of the same battles. Being told that we're Australian, we're Filipino. So I really resonate with her journey a lot because we go through the same things. But also, someone recently who is going through the journey with me is Ate Chanel. So she, seeing her flourish as well and being such an icon to all of us and an icon, she's like, breaking standards and everything. So I really look up to her as well, and she really looks after me. Actually, this whole pageant, I'm so lucky. So she's been such a blessing to have. So I really look up to her. Having her journey from the past and seeing her now, it's so beautiful, and I wish to be as amazing as her.
Of course you are, diba? Well, speaking of you being a Filipino-Australian, kasi syempre the fans would like to know about Filipino life abroad, diba? So, how have you been, or how are you connected with Filipino culture, even if you're living in Australia?
Well, honestly, growing up, I grew up in a smaller town, so there wasn't a lot of representation. A lot of people actually would just say, oh, it's Zoe the Asian. And so they'd find out that I'm Filipino, so it was always like, oh, you're Asian. But But I grew up. My mom really pushed for us and my siblings. That she really never wanted us to lose both our sides and our culture. So I went home and I would eat what she would make, like whatever she had. So I loved turon. So she would
Turon.
always have turon and banana cube made. So I'd go home and I'd tell people, oh my god, I'm so excited to go home and eat the turon. I know my mom's making it, and they're like, what is that? So I'm explaining it's like banana wrapped, and they're like, ew, like whatever I'm eating, or I love to tell people about being Filipino. Like I was not shy, I never shied away from it, and that's the thing. Everyone would just say, oh, Zoe the Asian, Zoe this. Like it was part of my identity, and before I knew that people kind of said it to make fun of me or to attack me in a way, but really I was so proud that I got to say Filipino because in Christmas times, or like my mom really pushed for us to make sure that we knew both sides of our identity. So every time there was festivals or any Filipino parties or any church gatherings, we were always there. So that's why I really learned how to speak Tagalog, and whenever I came to the Philippines, so we would come here as well growing up. So it's like when I came here, it's like I was already Filipino. Like I didn't really have to adjust when I came back. So I really am very thankful to my mom, because a lot of the time you would find that there's a lot of kids who don't have the same experience as me. Sometimes they only push for the side that they live in, so in the country that they live in, or they don't want to associate with their other half. But for me, I was really so privileged and blessed that my mom really just reinstated that, you have two cultures to be so blessed, and it's so beautiful. So yeah, I'm just so grateful for that.
You got me at turon. So, do you know how to make turon?
Yes, I love it. Everyone's saying, all my cousins, everyone, they know that turon is.
So hindi na Zoe the Asian, pero Zoe the turon lover.
No,
I
honestly,
hate
you
that.
say to anyone. And like all the girls from MEQC as well knew that like if there was turon involved, because we have to be on a diet, but turon is my one guilty pleasure that I allow, but it's okay because it's fruit though. So that's how I can, I guess, get away with it, because it's banana, but I love turon.
Ang sarap ng pagkain Pinoy, and that is something that really binds us wherever we are. Diba?
Yeah, even in Australia, I was always looking for Filipino food. Like everyone would see how excited I would get when I would find anything to do with like Filipino food. Especially when I was growing up, ube wasn't really prevalent.
Yeah.
So everyone would say, what's your favorite ice cream flavor? And I said ube, like you have to try ube. So I would get the purple ice cream, and everyone's like, purple ice cream, what is that? But now I'm like, when you go to Western countries, ube is actually making it come through. So it's so nice to go back and still find ube if I need to, or any Filipino food. So
Masarap na combination yan. Turon and ube ice cream.
yes.
Purple ice cream. Okay, so out of everything now that you've accomplished so far, Zoe, what are you most proud of?
Ooh, I would say, I'm proud of myself because I moved out of home. I came here alone for junior high school, so I didn't have my parents here, so it was just me because I really wanted to be immersed in my Filipino side. And then when I moved back to Australia, I moved out again of home at 19 so that I could pursue my studies in university. And I was working part-time and I really supported myself. So I think my ability to, I guess adapt and be independent, and through times when I needed to chase my dreams, like even now I moved back here alone. My family is unfortunately unable to be here with me throughout my journey. So I believe that I'm super proud of myself for being able to just have the strength to do so and just be by myself that be, when I went to high school or when I moved out for university, even supporting myself fully throughout my whole university journey and even here. So, I'm proud.
Yeah, diba? Of all of the experiences that you've had, of course, and even during your journey here in Miss Universe Philippines. Pero what about pageantry? Curious lang ako, Zoe, no? Because you had a double degree, bachelor's degree, diba? You wanted to pursue the field in psychology and also in business. Pero what about pageantry that made you feel it was the right path for you?
So, as I was saying before, when I went to a public school here, I was immersed in the culture, and you just see how the Filipinos band together to help each other, and just seeing how beautiful it is to be a member of community, help out for community service. Even when I went back to Australia, I really wanted to keep giving back to the community, so I was in a lot of youth groups. I was leading youth groups in my church, or even youth groups for underprivileged kids and troubled kids. But I really believe that there's so much the Philippines deserves, and that all the help that they can get as well. I would love to help in any way, and of course, a platform like Miss Universe Philippines is the perfect way to be able to be an inspiration to help people, because seeing where I came from, a place of privilege in Australia, to be immersed in that. I was sitting in the back of the classroom and people were fighting over who sat next to the electric fans, and some of my classmates couldn't even afford to have their own textbooks, So it was when I experienced that, my heart really, I just really wanted to help others, and I really just want to be someone to make a change. Someone to be able to speak, be a spokesperson, because it's so easy to just get lost in your own culture and your own surroundings. But when you're coming from another perspective, it really fueled me to want to help out, and my heart really is for the Philippines. So that's why I joined community pageants here as well. Like I said, I just wanted to put my heart and my hands towards helping.
It's a different kind of platform.
Yeah,
Kasi
exactly.
talaga, so, speaking of advocacies, any projects that you're working on right now?
So my advocacy falls with my psychology degree, I really do believe that, there is power in positivity. So that's kind of my branding. Because, so I represented Barangay Dactalon in Miss QC. So that's where I grew up, and I see there's a lot of poor life there as well. There's a lot of people struggling with addiction, and people who are unemployed, people who live, I guess, below the poverty line. And it really inspired me to want to help to encourage people, because I really believe that things and change can start within you. So no matter where you are, what country you're in, you can really change your mindset and believe in positivity, because nowadays people believe that addiction and poor mental health can hold you back from things, or I can't get over this, I can't do this. But I want to push that can't is not a can't, it's a can. So if you're really your best self, then that's opportunity for growth. So if you're really pushing to be the best version of yourself, then when you're your best self. So I really want to help people, use that platform. I don't really want to just raise awareness for mental health, because of course we understand that mental health is there, it's prevalent, but I want to start, helping with the journey of overcoming things and helping people to move forward and push forward. And of course, community service. So I really try to involve myself in community service and help people. I love to help feed the kids. And if I'm around, I actually go and help out whenever they have any outreaches. My captain is, pushing forward for free services. So I like to turn
big check tayo sa positivity at the community service. But at this point, Zoe, syempre, would like to also thank the Miss Universe Philippines organization for allowing us to do the interviews with the girls. At maraming salamat po, Sir Falter, and Sir Jonas Gaffwood for our media accreditation here on The Crown Philippines. At syempre, ang ating ever-supportive na sponsors here on The Crown Philippines, La Luna Cafe, that's LA_Luna Cafe on Facebook and Instagram, at sa kanilang unlimited na pa-ensaymada sa aming mga episodes here on The Crown Philippines. Maraming salamat din po sa Prism Skin and Body Clinic. Ayan po sa ever-supportive na sponsor din namin dito sa The Crown Philippines. And of course, Tasa Mobile Cafe. Ayan po. And going back, so iba yung transition natin. Mula sa mga pa-ensaymada sa ating sponsors, going back to your Miss Universe Philippines journey. Hindi ba mahirap ang transition? I mean, preparing for your pageant journey. Let's talk about preparations. Because sabi mo, this is the first your first pageant in the Philippines. At pagdating mo dito, iba ang competition. How are you preparing for that?
Yeah, it's funny because when you're telling people, explaining people who aren't pageant fans what you do, it's, a lot of people don't realize what goes on behind the scenes, what really it is for preparation. Especially when I have to tell people in Australia, because as I said, pageantry isn't very big there. They go, oh, so you just go on stage and you look pretty, and like that's it, you love. But I wish that they would understand what we go through. It's like, sleepless nights, endless. Every day there's something new. And of course you have to train, like your walk, you have to think about every ounce of your body, how you step, how, everything. And of course Q&A, you have to know how to answer. So there's so much training involved. So of course preparation. And it's not like any job in the world, So it's like, I'm an academic and I was working for a while and I'm still working for the people in my role, but this is just so different. It's not like anything else, and I don't think anyone else you won't be able to prepare for this because it's just completely different than anything else. But yeah, preparation, it really is up to you and your mindset going in things. So I really try to have the mindset of gratefulness throughout this. So just preparing, making sure that I look after myself because I can't lie, it's been hard. There's been times where I feel so alone or I want to give up sometimes, but just really need to remember why you're here and really what you're going for and what you're trying to do with this platform. So again, coming from a place of gratefulness has really been pushing me and helping my preparation.
Pinaka-importante yun yung mental fortitude for the competition. Diba? So when you win, Zoe, Miss Universe Philippines, what's the first thing you would do?
If I have the crown on my head, I'm going and I'm eating Turon.
We're going back to Turon.
No, honestly, I've been dreaming of Turon, but
Pwede Turon sa Aret, diba? Masarap ang Turon sa Aret. Okay, so after, when you win, kakain ka ng Turon. And
or all my favorite foods, but of course,
ube ice cream.
Yes. But yeah, my family will be here, so they're all flying in from, all my family from Australia, and even everyone from all over the world who's supporting me. So love to thank them, of course. And praise goes to the Lord because He's the one who put me here. So every step that I'm taking in this journey is because of God's grace. So I would probably pray and thank the Lord for everything. And then with Miss Universe Philippines, you never know what to expect. So honestly, I can't give you an answer of what the first thing I'm gonna do is because it's up to them. So as long as I get to see my family, eat some Turon, and thank the Lord. That's all I need. such an amazing honor. Thank you for entrusting me, and thank you so much to everyone who supported me thus far. If you would like, you can follow me on Instagram at ZOE HONEYMAN and Facebook as well, and continue along for the rest of my journey. But again, just thank you so much, everyone, and I hope to do you all proud.
And so at this point, Zoe, let's do the MUPH rapid fire questions, Pinoy version. Ayan. So are you ready? Okay, so don't worry, walang turod dito sa questions. Okay, first question, lugaw or pancit canton?
Pancit canton.
Reply agad or scene zone muna?
Depende sa tao, but I'm actually bad replier, so I try to reply agad.
Okay. Maghugas ng plato or magwalis ng salid?
Hugas. Well, actually my nails. Pero mas gusto ko maghugas.
Maghugas. And sa traffic or MRT rush hour?
Wala. I really want to advocate for traffic in QC.
Only rice or only sabaw?
Only sabaw.
Multo or aswang?
Ano mas gusto ko?
Ano ang mas nakakatakot for you? Multo or aswang?
Aswang.
Aswang. Shopping sa Tiangge or shopping sa mall?
Shopping sa mall.
Magandang excuse sa ka-text, low bat or walang signal?
Low bat.
Siksikan sa LRT or baha sa Espanya? Which would you rather not experience?
Not experience. Probably siksikan kasi I don't like when people are touching me.
Kapag nakasalubong mo ang ex mo, babatiin mo ba siya or dined na yun?
Depende sa ex, pero I'm nice naman. So, bakit?
Okay. Pag naging artista ka, gusto mo ba maging bida o kontrabida?
Bida, of course.
Domestic flight or international flight?
International.
Newbie or veteran?
Newbie.
Universe or Enneagram?
You know what? It's God's plan. So whatever platform God gives.
Ayan. Yes, congratulations and thank you, Zoe. Wow. Yay!